Today we're going to be talking about a game called Rivals of Aether. If you haven't heard of Rivals of Aether, it's a platform fighter, kind of like Super Smash Bros., but it's not really a Smash clone. In fact, the universal mechanics make the game incredibly different at a high level anyway. But why have I chosen today to talk about this game? Well, the developers have recently added mod support, so creators around the world have been getting as many characters as possible into the game. Some people have dedicated their time to try to get every single Smash Bros. Character into the game. Some people have dedicated their time to memes, but what I was most excited about was the chances of having anime characters in the game. At the time of me recording this video, mod support has only been available for about a month now, so there isn't a massive library of anime characters to pick from. Some of my favorites include Sasuke, which was a mod made by Lock-On, who also made a Naruto mod. We also have a Jotaro Kujo mod, a Dio mod, two different Gokus, and even an Agumon. If that brief explanation was enough to interest you in the game, it's actually quite cheap, and there's a Discord community with both players and modders for you to talk to. I'll leave a link to the Discord in the description, and you can find the game on Steam. While these mods are amazing, and I certainly appreciate the modding community for doing such amazing work, although I would appreciate it if some of you guys would make some My Hero Academia mods or Ruby mods. There is actually a Ruby Rose mod, but sadly it's fairly limited because it just uses the same sprites and animations from Cross Tag Battle, so there's not a lot the modder could actually do to give her a moveset. But regardless of all of that, this amazing work from the community does not go unappreciated from me. I really enjoy it, but it's never going to be the game of my dreams. Before Jump Force released, I made a video, in fact I made quite a few videos, about how I was really disappointed about the direction of anime games. My general complaint is that these licensed games, specifically anime games, never really seem to focus on competitive integrity or balance. They have other focuses in mind. I've given up that fight, and I've just come to accept that arena fighters are just not what I want them to be necessarily, so I have to enjoy them from a different perspective, which I'm okay with. In fact, it's how I've been able to enjoy Jump Force for so long, because I've given up wanting it to be a competitive game. I just kind of mess around with it and have fun, which I think is the intended purpose from the developer side. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hopeful for that to change one day. After the release of Jump Force, there was a lot of negativity surrounding the game, and while I disagree with a lot of the arguments being made by the vast majority of the community, one part of the discussion I really enjoyed was the what would you actually want a weekly Shonen Jump crossover game to be? What genre of game would you like it to be if it wasn't an arena fighter? Now, I'm not going to try and make any claims about what would be most successful for Weekly Shonen Jump or Bandai Namco, and I'm also not going to talk about what I think would be best for the community. I simply just don't have answers to those questions. But I will tell you what my personal preference would be. For me, it would have to be a platform fighter, similar to Super Smash Bros. Or Rivals of Aether. It's not the first time the idea has come up. I've talked about Jump Stadium, which was a mobile game, which is kind of like Smash, but it's also really not like Smash because there's very limited movement options and there's only a single attack button and there's only a couple special moves and it's on mobile and it's chibi art, none of which is necessarily bad, but I can't help but crave a console platform fighter based on the Weekly Shonen Jump characters we know and love. Now, I don't know what developer would even be capable of doing this, let alone being able to realistically tackle a project like this, but I imagine something incredible. Imagine piloting a character like Tanjiro or Yugimoto or Naruto, heck even Ichigo's moveset in a platform fighter like Super Smash Bros. The potential of these characters are through the roof, and I don't mean to say that the video game characters from something like Super Smash Bros. Aren't awesome, but with Sakurai seemingly confirming on multiple occasions now that anime characters, or even any character outside of video games, aren't going to join the Smash roster, it sounds like our only chance to play these characters in an official platform fighter is going to be an entirely original game. I've brought this idea up before on Twitter and people quickly tell me about Battle Stadium DON. Guys, there's a lot of problems with that game. Firstly, it was released a decade and a half ago. The gaming landscape was very different. Second of all, there were only 3 series in the game, and that game tried way too hard to be different while simultaneously just being a Smash clone. Like, what is this thing? This is not a health bar. What is going on over here? This is not okay. Someone needs to fix that. I don't even need that many characters, man. I could take a game like this with 20 characters and only have like the protagonists and the rivals of each series and have like 10 series in the game. But I will be upset if they don't manage to get Light Yagami on the roster. Anyway, I think I'm done laying out my hopes and dreams on the table. If you were able to get any weekly Shonen Jump game made, what genre would you choose for that game? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. I seriously enjoy conversations like this because I think it's a lot of fun. I hope to see a lot of cool discussion in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Bilbzy, and I'll be sure to see you in the next one.